Yeah, hey, obviously, dream come true for all of us. As a part of the program, we sold the vision. I sold the vision to David Benedict and President Herbst and President Rodanka and the university that I could, put together a special group of people, a coaching staff, and unbelievable players like this. So it feels great to come through on promises made by me to all this, the great people of Connecticut. And then with these guys, this was our vision, this was our dream, this is what we talked about when we recruited these guys, that we could get together and do something big like this. And it's just great to come through on promises made to players and to this university. And then it was an honor to play against San Diego State today, too. I got to tell you, I think it was probably the most physical, one of the toughest teams we played this year, certainly one of the best. And I just got so much admiration and respect for how they play, their culture, and their coach. He's one of the best coaches in the country.
We'll take questions for the UConn student athletes. If you have a question for the players from UConn, please raise your hand. Jesse, you got to go to the front row, Jesse. We'll go to the back, right side, Billy.
Billy Witz with the New York Times. Jordan, can you describe just the three-pointer that you hit when they had cut the lead to, I think it was 60 to 55, and just what you feel like the team needed at that point to steady itself, because you hadn't been in any tight games in the tournament?
Coach drew something up for me, so I know he trusted me to take that shot, and I just had to make it. I had to do the easy part. So all credit to my teammates for getting me open on those screens, and Coach for trusting me, so yeah.
Continuing with questions for the student athletes, Cronkite. Third row, center.
Adama, Hayden Silly, Cronkite News. I understand that your family still resides in Mali. I just want to ask you how it's been to have their support, even from the other side of the world.
Definitely. I think my family is a major part of my success right now. Every time I do something, I think about them. David is on. I go hard every day, so I know for sure they were watching this game. I know for sure they're proud of me. There's a lot of African player, Malian player in color. Me be able to have a chance to play in the Final Four, and I definitely I think I'm bring my family proud. And it's something that I will never forget in my life yet.
Up front to the left, Dom.
Adama Mori, Hartford Current. Adama, way back, I think in September, Emeka Okafor came to campus, and one of the things that you said then was that you kind of wanted to do what he did,
right,
which is win a championship, be an most outstanding player.
Yeah.
How's it feel now that you've fulfilled on a very lofty goal?
Man, it feels great, like you said, he came in the summer, Emeka came in the summer. I talked to him for an hour, I got some advice from him, and be able to talk to a champion like him, it's definitely something that everybody needed, So, I told him, he told us, you guys are after he watched our practice, he was I see a lot of talent on you guys, you guys are a special team, and he said we just gotta stay strong, stay connected as a family, because he said that was one thing we need to do, stay connect as a family. I think we did that this year, and here we are. Yeah.
Center of the room, most of the way back.
Here we are.
Jordan, yesterday your cousin won a national championship. Today you won a national championship. Just talk about how special that is, and to add on to that, just how great it is for the DMV.
It's absolutely amazing, showing that kids that were our age at the time, we were dreaming about the same thing. We showed that it's possible. So that is amazing. It's absolutely amazing that we both get this opportunity. The family reunion is going to be crazy, so that's all I know.
All the way back to the right of the aisle. Put your hand up for us so we can see you. Thank you.
Tristan, what does this moment mean for you?
It means a lot. Great credit to the coaches and my teammates. The vision we had when I came here was to win a national championship, make it to the Final Four and win a national championship. And I came here just to do that, and just real blessed and thankful for these guys around me.
Just want to get out and go sit
If you have a question for the players from UConn, please raise your hand. We have one in the front, second row.
Okay. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. So I'm DC Livers with the Black Sports Network. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
I got a chance to talk to you guys and talk to Angel. And basically, there's been a lot of racism inside of sports. Can you guys talk about what it felt like to see what happened to Angel? And what do you want to say to her right now?
I mean, Angel, she has the heart of a lion. She's not worried about any of that. She's going to play her game. She's from the dirty streets of Baltimore, so she's the toughest of the toughest. So that's nothing to her. So yeah.
To the left of the aisle toward the back.
That's great.
Got a microphone for you. Thank you.
Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman. Jordan, could you describe that 11-minute stretch where y'all held them without a field goal, and what do you feel like that did for the overall game?
I mean, we're a great defensive team. When we can get stops like that and get out in transition, that really impacts our game. It really impacts the game. Just holding up to that stretch is, I think that was really big for us. And yeah.
Is there a final question for the student athletes from UConn? With no more, let's go back up to Dom. We'll get you, Dom.
Yeah, Tristan, you had that stretch where you scored 7 points in a row, and it seemed like maybe that's indicative of what this team was all about, that anybody could kind of step up at any time and take a game over. What do you remember about that stretch? What did you see unfolding there?
I mean, before the game started, my coach just told me I need to be aggressive and look to score to win the game. So the first bucket, the spin move, just take advantage of the mismatch because he was a smaller guard. Second one was somebody stole the ball, so credit to them in there. Andre found me on a three, so I really credit to my teammates and the spacing that we had and the coaches for believing in me and telling me to be aggressive today.
We want to thank and congratulate national champions Adama Sanogo, Jordan Hawkins, and Tristan Newton. They're going to head back to the UConn locker room, which remains open for another 20 or so minutes.
Don't give that thing up.
Questions for Coach? We'll take one just to the right of the aisle. Fifth row, name and media outlet, then your question.
Brian Smith, Houston Chronicle. Dan, you mentioned the dream come true part, but also the vision that you sold when you started. This program has obviously had incredible highs, but has been through a lot in the last 5-7 years. What's it mean to you to be on the stage right now as a national champion, knowing what this program went through in those previous years and what you were able to bring it to with this team this year?
You know what? I'm still thinking about some things that the typical Dan Hurley fashion, like the amount of missed layups. Jordan's dunk to start saying. I mean, we should have been up 18-20 at halftime. That's just really the way my mind works. You know, I think when I get back to the hotel and we get off the bus and I just get in a room for a little bit, I'll be able to kind of decompress a little bit. I'm just mostly proud of the way that we've done it and with the type of people that we've done it, the way we, recruit young players, develop young players. We do it without cheating. We do it without lying. It's truly been building a program and a culture. I'm lucky. I have the best coaching staff in the country that attracts these incredible types of players.
Coach, next question is to the right of the aisle. Kevin.
Hey, Kevin Sweeney, Sports Illustrated. Coach, obviously UConn's championships have been defined by stars like Emeka and Shabazz Napier, Kembo. Another double-double today from Adama. What has his run meant to this team's ability to win a championship?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cemented himself into, the pantheon of greatest, obviously the greatest big guys with all the production and back-to-back first-team All-League, and now this to have the national championship just puts him in a position in one of the most storied programs in college basketball. That now he's an all-time great.
Coach on the right side up front.
Brendan Quinn of The Athletic. Dan, you know what your family's name means in basketball, in New Jersey, whatever not. What does it mean to you to add to that name in this sport?
I think people, obviously for me, I've had my own path, my own journey. I think a lot of people, maybe I've probably done it to myself by being such an intense, fiery coach that people have always focused more on, the sideline kind of antics than they have on, my total body of work over the course of my career. There's not many coaches, that were as successful as my teams were at St. Benedict's. At Wagner in Rhode Island. So many coaches in the country that have won 25 games or more in 3 different programs and now have a national championship. So obviously there's a certain level of validation that's going to come from this. But I just feel like my career in coaching, even prior to this, I think most coaches, maybe I don't do a great job kissing the media's ass and presenting and, this image that's incredibly likable. But, I am who I am. I'm where I'm from. I'm from Jersey City, and this is how people from Jersey City act.
Up front to the left, Dom.
Yeah, Don Memori, Hartford Current. Dan, you emphasized out on the court, or you said with some emphasis, we've got our own, or we have our own now. Can you kind of expand on just what that means, that this is your piece of a storied program?
Yeah, and I hope Coach Calhoun, too, he's had his hand in this one as well. And I wish he could have been here for it, because I know, he's been a big part of helping us get here. It's just, when we're in that Worth Champion Center, and Gino and with everything that Gino's done and what they do on a yearly basis and all their hardware, and obviously, we propped up in recruiting those 4 national championship trophies in front of these kids, and we have nothing to do with that. And and then we removed them about 18 months ago when we started feeling like we had put something together that could make a run at getting a 5th. So we removed those and put them and got them out of our offices and said, we don't want any trophies in here until we've got our own. And it's just when you're at a place like that, it's a little bit empty until you feel like you could join the club. I feel like now we've held up our end of the bargain that the women's team's been carrying for so long, since forever, and it seems like, and now. Obviously, Coach Calhoun, Kevin Ollie, Gino, it feels good to accomplish what they've done.
On the right side, toward the back.
Greg Frank, Sports Map Radio. Dan, coming into this season, you had not won an NCAA tournament game at UConn. How much pressure were you feeling as the season unfolded to deliver this result?
Me and Kamani, we talked about it once we got our roster together and knew we had a squad. Me and Kamani and Luke just kept saying, the most pressure-packed game that we will ever coach in or play in was going to be that first-round game, and we didn't know who it was going to be. And then, obviously, it was Iona, and then the hysteria started. We were playing the boogeyman, Rick Pitino, and and that we were in big trouble. We knew we couldn't go out, like suckers again in the first weekend. But we also didn't, we didn't wear that around the players, but we certainly felt it. Yeah, but listen, we came into the season unranked. So we had an edge to us to start the year to prove people wrong.
In the back to the left of the aisle.
Yeah, Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman. You mentioned being unranked. No 1, 2, or 3 seed was here. 16 beats a 1 again. Is it fitting that you guys were unranked and, lost 5 out of 6 in January, and nobody could touch you here?
Yeah, I just think it's such a hard tournament to be successful in and navigate. And obviously, we the last 2 teams we've played, Miami, beating Houston and Texas back-to-back in Kansas City. That's a heck of a team. We played Alabama. We know how good they are. These guys, beating them and a Creighton team that this tournament's hard to navigate. It's not 7-game series. It's not 5-game series. And now with the extra COVID year and NIL and the portal, it's like, I think it's made things even more challenging for the biggest brands and the highest seeds to advance because there's so much parity.
And, Coach, we're going to wrap things up front to the left with the young man covering his 50th Final Four. Hoops.
Hoops!
Hey,
Let's
Danny,
go, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A few years back, the Big East decided to realign and put an emphasis on basketball. How much dividends does that pay for this league over the years?
Yeah, I think, I thought we were the best conference in the country this year. I think year in and year out we are. I felt like our top 5 in particular, especially when Providence had it going, it was clearly, the best, the top 4 or 5 was clearly the best. And it showed in the NCAA tournament. If Xavier doesn't lose Fremantle, they're very easily in the Final Four. Obviously Creighton was right there, tough call away from maybe playing us tonight. Here, and then Shaka Smart, for me was the best coach in the country in their season. They were, up until that tough second round game versus Michigan State, like they had as good a season as anybody in the country. So, and then Providence was playing great until they started to struggle late. So, Big East was the best conference in the country this year. We were the most successful in the NCAA tournament, and we have the national championship. So we were the best league in the country this year, and I don't think that's going to change with the type of coaches that now have moved around. I don't think we're going anywhere. I know we're not.
And with that, we'd like to thank and congratulate the head coach of the national champions, Coach Hurley.
Let's go.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Let's go. Let's go. Thank you.